The public phone that not so long ago could be found in every corner of the United Kingdom was housed in a purpose-built kiosk, commonly called the Red Telephone Box. These small buildings, made from cast iron and glass, resembled miniature temples. They were part of the landscape of Britain. However, most have gone, turned into scrap, here like coffins, or standing as headstones that mark the graves of lost conversation. This red telephone box, with working phone, is placed with good reason within the vastness of Liverpool's Anglican Cathedral. Both buildings, one grand, the other humble but no less spiritual in design, were conceived by the same architect, Giles Gilbert Scott. (1960), the year Giles Gilbert Scott died, marked the beginning of a new religion and the worship of soulless concrete. The character of our towns and cities was destroyed by mindless town planners and their accountant friends, who were motivated by the bottom line of the balance sheet. The red telephone box, overshadowed and out of place, somehow managed to survive in this heathen landscape, but only until the phone company, British Telecom, was privatised. They then began to sweep away the traditional kiosks in the name of modernisation, replacing them with sterile, box-like housings, which added even more visual anxiety to already grubby spaces and sad, depressing, forgotten places. The public phone with buttons A and B was gone, replaced by a mechanism that resembled an armoured battle tank. This new battle-hardened public phone was installed in the few remaining red telephone boxes. Most were in a sorry state, with broken panes of glass. The glass was replaced with plastic, but this too became vandalised, scratched and punched through, leaving jagged holes. The excuse British Telecom needed to take public phones out of service and remove the kiosks came with the arrival of the mobile phone. The public phone was now obsolete because conversation could now be made on the move. The red telephone box neared extinction. It had become an endangered species that few cared about. Some kiosks were abandoned where they stood, left to decay, and turned back into Earth's dust. Here, like a monolith from a long-forgotten past civilization, is a kiosk that leans at an angle, as if it is about to fall. The door was ripped off many months ago and never replaced. A notice inside announces the kiosk's impending removal, and when it is gone, those who pass this way will never know. Here once stood a red telephone box. At night the light still burns in this broken and crippled kiosk. It's like a haunted ruin where no one lives. When it is gone, will its ghost find some peace? Sometimes we'll see a red telephone box, its paint bright, looking as good as new, as it proudly stands on a city street. But this temple has been deconsecrated and a new altar installed, a cash machine. "We can have something for nothing," it says on the sign that used to say, "telephone." A token public phone clings to the outside of what is meant to be a building. But it's a building that can't be entered. It's tightly sealed like Tutankhamun's tomb. In cities that thrive on tourism, these quirky little red buildings, icons of Britishness, are protected. Someone with wisdom has given these a Grade 2 listed building status. They're like the last of a rare animal breed, corralled precariously in a zoo. They have no real practical function, but satisfy the needs of the tourists. The telephone line that used to link the public phone in this village to other places is still here, but disconnected and dead. Conversations have not passed over this line for many years. The community did not want to lose this small, red building that's as much a feature of the village as the cottages. The kiosk without its phone is now used as a second-hand bookshop. Almost hidden behind a garden wall, proudly stands a red telephone box. Bought by the homeowner who feels the sense of this small building's spirituality that emanates from its temple-like design. This phone box is like a soldier who has served the people on many battlefields. Now retired, respected and cared for in this tranquil setting. And here, in peace, it rests.